Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be studying about signals. So in the previous video, we have understood that whenever data has to be transmitted, the data must be converted in the form of signals, and those signals are transmitted either using a guided media or a wireless media, wired media or wireless media. Now, signals can be of two forms, where they can be analog signals or they can be digital signals. Now, analog signals have continuous values, whereas digital signals have discrete values. So, any analog signal will have infinite number of values in a particular range. Okay, it will have infinite number of values in a particular range, whereas a digital signal will have limited number of values as compared to an analog signal in that particular range. Okay, so these are the examples of analog signal. This is an analog signal, and the one shown in red here is a digital signal. So as you can see, in the case of an analog signal, there is a continuous wave. So it is starting from 0, then it is going up, then it is reaching a maximum value, then it is coming down, it is further decreasing from 0, now it is going in the negative side, then increasing and again reaching 0, and so on. Okay, similarly, the digital signal, what it is happening, it is initially 0. So this particular part is 0. At this point, the value of this signal is 0. Then instantaneously, that means within a moment, it is not taking any time to go from 0 value to the highest value 1. Then it is remaining at the highest value for some time. Then it is instantaneously changing again back to the negative value, and that to negative maximum. Okay, -1. Then it is remaining at -1 for some time. Then it is again changing. So in an analog signal, there are continuous values that you can see, that you can record, whereas in a digital signal, since the change is sudden, it is instantaneous, there is a limited number of values, 0, 1, -1. But in analog, there will be 0, it will be slowly rise to the highest value, then slowly go through all the values in between, then go down, and so on. Okay, now signals can also be classified in another way, which is periodic signals or non-periodic signals. So periodic signals are those which follow a pattern within a given amount of time. Okay, so periodic signals will follow the pattern and they will repeat that pattern every time. Okay, whereas non-periodic signals do not follow any pattern. Okay, their pattern cannot be predicted, do not follow any pattern. Now the time in which, or the time range in which the periodic signal completes one pattern is known as a period. Okay, that is why it is known as a periodic signal, and the completion of one complete pattern is known as a cycle. So I'll just explain this to you using a diagram. Say this is an analog signal. Okay, so both analog and digital signals can either be periodic or non-periodic. That means there are analog signals which are periodic, as well as there are analog signals which are non-periodic. And similarly, there are digital signals which are periodic, which are following a pattern, and that pattern is repeated over a time. And there are digital signals which do not follow any pattern, and those we know as non-periodic. So let's take an example of a periodic analog signal. So in this particular analog signal, you can see the pattern is the signal starts from 0, it goes up, then it goes back to 0 at this point, then it goes down to a negative value, and from the negative value it again goes back to 0. So this entire cycle is following a pattern, and this pattern is then repeated over the next time period. Okay, so the pattern that this signal is following is going up to the maximum value from 0, going down to the negative value, then coming back to 0. Then here again it is going up, then going down, going to the negative value, and then coming back to the 0. So this is the pattern that it is following, and the time in which one pattern gets completed is known as a period. Okay, and this complete pattern is known as a cycle. Okay, so when one pattern gets completed, we say one cycle has been complete. Okay, now coming to analog periodic signals, because in most cases in digital communication or in network communication, analog periodic signals are used, and most common analog periodic signal is a sine wave. Okay, a sine wave, as you have must have studied in mathematics also, you have sine, cos waves. So this is similar to a sine wave. Now a sine wave, which is an analog periodic signal, has three important properties: the peak amplitude, the period, and the frequency. So let us first understand what is the peak amplitude of a sine wave. So the peak amplitude of any wave, of any analog sine wave, means the value of the signal at its highest intensity. Okay, so as we have seen, a signal which is a periodic in nature will reach a point where it will gain the maximum value, and then it will reduce, then again it will go to the maximum value. So this particular length, or this particular value which is present when the signal reaches its highest intensity, is known as the peak amplitude. Okay, and this amplitude might vary from a wave to wave. So this is also a sine wave, this is also a sine wave, but this has a smaller peak amplitude. In this wave, the peak amplitude is the point where the signal is reaching its maximum intensity, but the peak amplitude of this wave is less as compared to the peak amplitude of this wave. Now the units for the amplitude are volts. Okay, you must remember this. This is an important point, that the unit of peak amplitude is volts. Now coming to what is a period, as we have just discussed, period is the amount of time that is required by a signal to complete one cycle. That means to complete one pattern that it is following. Okay, and the unit of period is seconds, because it is the time that is taken by the signal. So this entire time that the signal takes to complete one pattern or one cycle will be the period of this signal. Okay, now let's consider another analog signal which is periodic, because it is again following the pattern, but its pattern is getting completed in a shorter duration, only in this much time. Therefore the period of this particular signal will be less than the period of this particular analog signal. Okay, so now let's come to the point of frequency. So once you have understood what is a period, frequency becomes easy to understand, because frequency is directly the inverse or the reciprocal of a period. So frequency theoretically means the number of periods that are present in a signal in 1 second. So in 1 second, how many patterns the signal completes is actually its frequency, and its unit is hertz. So again, an important point, whenever you are given any kind of numerical and you are calculating the period, the frequency, you need to write the correct units. Okay, so frequency can be easily calculated by taking the reciprocal of the period. So if the period of a sine wave is say 5 seconds, then its frequency would be 1 by 5 seconds, or 1 divided by 5 seconds, which will be equal to 1 divided by 5 hertz. Okay, 1 by 5 hertz. Now another way of defining a frequency is the rate of change of a signal. Some books also denote it like this: the rate of change of a signal is termed as its frequency of the signal. Actually, the rate of change of anything, or the number of times a particular thing is being done, a particular action is being repeated, is known as the frequency. So if you say you visit the market 2 times a week, your frequency of visiting the market is 2 times a week. Okay, so similarly, in case of signals, the rate of change of a signal is known as its frequency. And if the signal is not changing, it is just remaining constant throughout time, then it will be showing no change and it will be having zero frequency. Okay, so these were the some important points that you must know about signals: analog signal, digital signal, periodic and non-periodic signals, and their important properties. So that's all for today. In the next video, we will be studying about phase, the wavelength, and the bandwidth. So stay tuned. Please let us know how you're finding our videos. Thank you for watching. Till we meet in the next video, mind your exam.